So I got to be perfectly honest with you. Most of my clients don't have huge exits. And any coach or guru who tells you otherwise is lying to you. There are so many complex factors that go into how big a company is going to get. And we get stuck on this idea of building $1 billion company that we end up creating failures where we could otherwise have a smaller but successful exit. We might not have the market forces all in our favor. We might not have the resources or the funding at our disposal to scale up quickly. We might not have the right team or the talent to execute at a high enough level. We might not have the experience as a founder, right, in order to get to $1 billion company. But that doesn't mean that we can't have a meaningful, life-changing exit. So one of the things that I do with my clients is we craft the ideal exit. What amount of money would change their life and set them up for the next big thing or the next venture in their entrepreneurial journey? Because every entrepreneur I've ever met isn't just one and done. They build a company, they succeed or they fail, they walk away with lessons learned and hopefully a war chest, and they try again. And so we want to do that by design and plan for the long term. So what we do is we identify really what is the opportunity here in this business? How big of a company could this thing really be? And how big of a company do we really want to lead without sacrificing too much of ourselves? Realistically, what are the resources that we have at our disposal? How easy or difficult would it be for us to raise money or to hire a lot of talent very quickly at scale? How tough is our competition? And how poised are we to beat them out, or vice versa? And we take all these things into account, and we do the math around dilution and around taxes and all these sorts of things to come up with a number that would be the ideal exit for that opportunity, for that venture, and for that founder. And usually, for first-time founders, this number is in a range of $1 to $5 million net. And for veteran founders, it's somewhere around $5 to $10 million net. And of course, there are very, very few who make it much, much bigger and go off the scale. But for 90% of founders, a few $1,000,000 in the bank, clean and clear, is a life-changing amount of money. It means that you can pay off your house, pay off your student loans, gain financial freedom, and again, have a war chest that you can then apply to your next venture. And if you've been around the block a few times and you can generate $5 to $10 million in cash for a few years of really hard work, you now you're in a different level of freedom and flexibility where you can really start swinging for the fences. Because if you're applying $5 to $10 million of your own money in investing in new ventures or investing in funds or what have you, you can go after some really, really big bets. All right. So the way I like to describe this is it's like we're playing baseball, right? And too many founders think of their venture like it's a home run derby, meaning you got to swing for the fences and score a home run or it's nothing, right? But unfortunately, unlike a home run derby, we don't get a lot of at-bats. We may only get a handful in our entire lives. And so rather than, again, making it all or nothing, $1 billion or bust, let's get points on the board. Let's rack up singles and doubles and triples and take those points, take those runs, and again, use it to compound our successes so that each one is progressively better than the last.